Another case that has been connected to Israel Keyes as possible victims occurred within the month following the disappearance of Nicole Engel. This case was connected to him by the podcast True Crime Bullshit. It is up for debate whether Keyes was involved in this case. November 21st, 2001. Cami Volendroff and Eugene Hyatt. Cami was just 16 years old and Eugene was 18. They were theater kids who went missing at Boiler Bay State Park in Depot Bay, Oregon. The FBI claims that Keyes killed 4 people in the state of Washington between 2001 and 2006, and that 2 of these people were a couple. The FBI believes that Keyes' first victim was taken in Oregon, but this is not a couple. This is a single individual. It's highly unlikely that his first victim happened to be victims and that he took a couple. He also described the couple that he took in Washington as being elderly, so this would not fit the description of Cami and Eugene. However, their case has still been brought in question in regards to its connection to Israel Keyes. Authorities believe that they were swept out to sea where they drowned as a result of a rogue wave. They were last seen by family members when they left Eugene's grandmother's beach condominium to explore the tide pools at Boiler Bay Cove. A few days after their disappearance, one of Eugene's tennis shoes was recovered near Boiler Bay Cove, and it was described as having washed ashore. It is the only item to connect the teens to the area, which was described as hazardous with slippery rocks and large wave swells. They were both students at Staten High School. Their principal, Charlotte Clampa, said that they were both students that the other students gravitated toward, and classmates described the two as being funny and nice. Cami starred in a number of theater productions at school, and Eugene was an anchor for the school's TV news. He was voted homecoming king and was also the senior class president, and the two of them began dating. In an interview that the True Crime Bullshit podcast conducted with Cami's friend, she spoke of a tall, strange man who was asking her questions while she was in Oregon looking for Cami and Eugene. Apparently, the guy gave her the creeps, and she remembered that he looked like Christian Longo, who was in the news at the time. Keyes and Longo bear some similarity to each other. The overall consensus of law enforcement is that they were swept out to sea. Tammy said that after their daughter Lainey was born, that she could see a big change in Israel and that he absolutely loved being a father. He would go to work bragging about his daughter. Apparently, he actually ended up doing much of the parenting work because after Tammy gave birth, she began complaining of abdominal pain and went to the doctor to discover that she had uterine cancer. So she had an emergency hysterectomy, and this messed with her hormones a lot. She seemed very depressed at this time and was also on pain medication, so she was somewhat out of it. Tammy and Israel became engaged in December of 2001. They never went through with getting married, and their relationship was pretty rocky. It was not easy between the two of them. Tammy repeatedly caught him communicating with other women while playing spades online, and he frequently was on the website Black Topaz and would talk to women there. She said that she, on one occasion, caught him in the bathroom with a Big Boobs magazine, and that on another occasion, she caught him watching a bi-curious pornographic video, and all of these things compounded to cause jealousy issues in their relationship.
I asked you earlier about marriage. You said you almost got married once. Was that to the little girl's mama? Was that somebody else?
I almost got married a few times.
A few times?
Never worked out.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
At least twice it was a good thing.
In 2002, Israel Keyes' father, John Jeffrey Keyes, died. He was 50 years old. His funeral services were held November 25th, 2002 at the Smyrna Amish Meeting House in Maine. Israel was a casket bearer along with a few of his brothers and America's husband, Stephen. He took his father's death pretty hard, and it was an emotionally difficult time for him. John Jeffrey Keyes was buried at the Keyes family cemetery.